Chef, why don't you tell us a little about what we're going to be doing today?
Sure. We're going to be making a crudo out of these beautiful day boat scallops. We've got some nice day boat scallops here, nice and fresh, beautiful looking, untreated. Some of our top product here at Samuel's. And in order to preserve the beautiful flavor that they have, we're going to make a crudo out of them. So I'm going to first start by taking one of these nice scallops. I'm going to remove the side muscle.
Now, why do you remove the side muscle there?
The side muscle doesn't have the same texture as the rest of the scallop. The rest of it is going to be really nice and tender. This side muscle is a little bit tougher. You can use it in applications such as mousselines or something like that if you wanted to save them and freeze them.
Okay.
But you're best off just removing them and throwing them into a fumet. So we're going to slice this down and make a couple nice thin slices here of our scallop. In order to preserve tenderness, anytime you serve a raw product, you always want to cut against the grain. Actually, anytime you slice meat, period, you want to cut against the grain. It generally works out to a nicer finished product.
All right. That's interesting. Now, when you get to the end, do you have a tip or a trick in order to get it all the same?
I kind of use my cutting board.
All right.
To keep that slice even, and we can even go down to another slice here. It helps to have a sharp knife.
I was going to say, for those of you at home, unless you have a sharp knife, this probably won't work out for you.
All right. I'm going to tile these out on the plate here. And we'll make our dressing.
Okay.
So we want to follow the natural progression of how the scallop was cut. We're tiling things out. Keep it neat. Scallops are kind of soft when they're raw, so you do want to be careful with moving them around. We want to fill our plate on the angle here with these beautiful scallop pieces, and now I'm going to make my dressing.
All right, and what are you putting in the dressing?
I'm going to take the juice of a lemon and the juice of a lime.
All right.
And juice these both into a container here.
Now, say I don't have a lemon or a lime. Can I use just a lemon, a lime, or an orange? Or even a grapefruit?
I would suggest lemon and lime, but absolutely any citrus fruit will work. Anything that's high acid is going to work well.
What about pineapple juice? Could you use pineapple juice?
Pineapple juice would work, but I would offset it with a little bit more acid.
Gotcha.
I would use a little bit more citrus fruit, or maybe even a little bit of vinegar. Sometimes, even with the lemon and lime, I'll add a little bit of vinegar in, just to give it a little bit more depth to the flavor, and a little bit more acid to work on the fish.
Gotcha.
So, to this, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. I have some of our Senanese olive oil that we sell here at Samuel's, and just swirl that around a little bit. I'm going to grab a spoon so I can dress our fish. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper first. I got some sea salt and pepper, a little bit of my dressing, and I'm going to put this over the fish. The scallops will work pretty quickly with this, so in a few minutes we should be able to see a little bit on the turning of the flesh.
And so what's actually happening when it's turning?
The acid's actually changing the protein in the scallop. So as we're sitting here, this acid is causing the protein to ball up and change form a little bit. And basically it cooks the fish with the acid that's in your dressing.
So this is somewhat a similar application to ceviche?
Yes, this is basically like an Italian version of ceviche.
Gotcha, okay.
Generally it's sliced down. Crudo is not cut as small as ceviche. There's usually less ingredients. It's usually just the citrus and the olive oil when you're doing a crudo as opposed to ceviche, but they both work on the same foundations. I have a little bit of parsley that we cut up here for a little bit of color. And this is a very traditional, very simple scallop crudo with some parsley, lemon, lime, and olive oil.
That's awesome. You guys just take a look at this.